There Is a Day is a song that came to me very powerfully when I was reading a book called The Discipline of Grace by a guy called Jerry Bridges. In the book he was talking about the hope that we have as Christians for eternity, the fact that we will be with Jesus forever and our bodies being transformed and never to feel decay or pain or aging again. And it just struck me so powerfully, and the chorus of the song just came to me virtually instantaneously. And that last line of the song, "Oh yeah," was my genuine response. And I remember smacking down on the mattress of my bed because I was so excited about it. It was really an encounter with God. And from that point I began to look into the whole subject in a bit more detail for myself, and I remember I was struck by a passage in Corinthians which talks about the dead being raised imperishable and the mortal being clothed with immortality. These truths allow us to be able to declare confidently, death has been swallowed up in victory. I've actually heard several stories about the song being used at funerals. I never really set out to write a song for that scenario, but actually it's very right for us as Christians to be able to, even when death is staring us in the face, to be able to say, death has lost its sting. Our hope is not for this world. Our hope is for an eternal future. We have an eternal hope, which is for us to be with Jesus forever. The other passage of scripture that impacted me was in 2 Corinthians, where it says, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." The reality for many Christians is that they know trouble. Life isn't always a bed of roses, and things don't always work out in the way that we hope that they will. But this passage actually helps us gain some perspective in the face of adversity. It helps us to actually look beyond ourselves to the hope that we now have through Jesus' death on the cross, now that we've been reconciled to God through that death. It could sound glib to apply the truths that this song is expressing to the desperate situations that we see all around the world, including the plight of the millions of AIDS orphans that charities like Hope HIV have brought to our attention and are endeavouring to serve and try and help. We live with a tension. We carry great hope and joy in our hearts for the future, but yet we live with suffering and hardship at the same time. But as Christians, the hope that we have in the future, the hope of death defeated, is what actually stirs us to remember what it says in the Bible for us to remember the poor. Every time we give our time or our gifts or our finance to the poor and the disadvantaged, we are in a sense confirming this truth again. We're saying,